Well, there's been a lot of sports writers flapping their yaps about us getting soft.
Stepping on your own dick.
Doing the thing here.
What? This is where men are men and the boys stay on the side and watch what's going on.
What?
In the world of wrestling, the fans can react however they want.
And there is no one that does it better.
Getting color commentary.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Let's fucking go.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to this supplemental episode of Getting Color Commentary.
Take as needed.
Special edition.
Special when lit.
Yeah.
That's a pinball reference.
Oh.
Sorry. Welcome to our pinball episode of Getting Color Commentary.
Yeah.
Shit.
Big surprise,
any
guys.
Research.
Big surprise. Well, that's what we have Pete for. I am Father Lloyd. Welcome to Getting Color Commentary this week. Sitting across from me, or again, I do this every week. I fucked this up 2 weeks in a row. Sitting next to me, is the beautiful one, the six-string samurai, one Mr. Derek Harbert. We always do say your name.
Yes.
We say all of our names.
I'm
We
out.
never use my real name.
No, we don't.
No,
No.
you're safe.
I apologize. I actually do. I've never thought about that till right now. That we actually use your real name, and I'm the Enigma.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, sir?
Fantastic.
I don't even think I finished the intro. Sitting in between me and the six-string samurai, who is not going to say a damn thing tonight, and I don't mean that in any way other than they're not going to speak. Give it up for my hole.
Yeah.
No, I meant give it up for my hole.
No.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's where it comes from. Yes.
I'm going to need a drink of actual water.
Sitting across from me is the man who twists the knobs, turns the knobs.
I think you usually say twist.
Depresses and clicks them.
Yeah, there
You
are
move-
very few knobs.
Yeah. Virtual knobs.
They're not virtual. He actually does kind
There are
of
a couple of knobs on the microphone.
Yeah, I guess.
And then there are these digital knobs.
Yes.
And then I've got
That's our new fucking electro band.
Digital
knobs.
Nice.
KNOBS. Just throwing that out there. One, Aaron BT Silty. The BT this week stands for Big Thinker.
Ooh.
Big thinker.
You are the big thinker. You look beyond the grand scheme of what we look at.
Okay.
You think big. You know, if you were TB, I would say think bigger.
That got around.
I mean, there's a YouTube channel that I used to watch called Big Think.
Okay, well, we don't
Big
shill for them.
thinking.
I know.
We only shill for Uncle Daddy's Chicken Boys, Copper Hammer,
Copper Hammer.
Jägermeister,
Yeah.
Liquid Death, which is in my hand.
Yeah.
And Tai Chomp.
Look, just
Champa.
tell me when I'm telling lies. There is a Liquid Death in my hand.
There is.
The right now, the Grim Leafer. I highly recommend that, and the Armless Palmer. Or, I'm sorry, the Dead Billionaire. We're not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So, this is a different episode than we would normally do. Again, the boys are out of town on their adventures.
Uh-huh.
I will be out on assignment.
Mm-hmm. Doing work.
We're coming to you from the distant past.
Right, exactly. Hey, once again, you guys are doing fun things.
Our professional mourners know how to put the fun in funerals.
Kind of. I'll be at Wrestle Dream. Hi, everybody. If you see me at Wrestle Dream, come say hi. But because the boys are going to be out of town, we don't want to leave you without a week without us. I mean, I wouldn't want to have a week without us.
Yeah. I don't go a day without me.
Give it up for Derek, everyone. That being said, we wanted to do a supplemental episode, something that you could hear that doesn't have anything to do with what's gone on in the past couple days. Obviously, our new show just came out today.
It did.
Yeah.
Where we talked about our predictions for Bad Blood. We talked about our fun times at the Andy Kaufman movie.
Yeah.
We talked about our fun times at Prestige Wrestling.
Yep.
So, this being our second episode this week, and again, we're holding it for you for the week that we're not there.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid.
Like, what do we do? And we try to come up with a fun episode. And BT had a great idea, which I would like you to talk about, which we will be doing at a later episode. And I had to bring up the point of, if this is something that if we're going to do,
there's a lot of research that should be put into it
Yeah.
to do it justice.
right, and not a Research Pete episode,
No.
Right, like
research by the boys.
We all got to do work.
Yeah. Poor Derek over here.
But again, the idea for that, the idea for that was,
Oh, well, so it was basically the secret society aspect of pro wrestling, where the whole idea of kayfabe, the just crazy sacrifices that wrestlers have made over the years to maintain kayfabe from way back in the day, and then the weird culture that lives underneath what we're all watching, and the things that we see week to week that are happening.
Like the weird dark side of normal things we
well,
see.
there's
You
things-
can find on Copper Hammer.
Yeah, it's almost like the skeleton of wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have some. Actually, we'll talk about this off the air. This actually might be very illegal.
Oh, no.
Now that I think
that
about
sounds
it.
fun.
I mean, that does
Yes.
sound fun. But yeah, the culture of giving receipts in the ring, breaking a wrestler in, just the extra brutal aspects of the pro wrestling that
I am gonna cut you.
you know,
not cut you literally right
Yeah,
now.
bitch.
Cut you off.
Give me
Basically,
your money.
the history of kayfabe.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it seems like a very interesting concept to me. And that's one of the things that brought me back to wrestling, was a lot of that
Well, I thought it was me.
well, sure, but during COVID, I'm just sitting here watching fucking wrestling YouTube videos and learning about this
I will tell you.
inner working bullshit.
I was sitting around with Johnny Apollo yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things I mentioned was how when you first got back into wrestling and started watching,
Yeah.
you tried to watch Raw from the beginning. Literally episode 1 of Raw. And I think you got up to 2014 before
That's
you
bigger,
kind of...
that's bigger than a One Piece commitment.
It is.
Yes.
But no, I didn't get up to 2014. I got just maybe a year or so into the Ruthless Aggression era.
Fair. And again, much like last week, I'm going to give you one compliment tonight because, trust me, for the rest of that, I'm going to shit all over you.
Ooh, great. Brock Lesnar would like to see that video.
I really do appreciate how much time that you have put into learning stuff. I quiz you. And there's people that have been watching wrestling longer than you that I'm like, hey, answer this question. And they're like, I don't know. And I look at you like, go. And you're like, you got it.
Well,
you understand.
Yeah, you guys have memory. That must be nice.
Well, I feel like...
Well, he smokes a lot less weed than anyone in this room.
That's fair.
I feel like a lot of my my ability to pull some of the trivia bullshit that I do know is because I've absorbed it in the last couple of years, rather than I'm pulling it from back in the fucking day when it happened.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Well, no, I mean, you can pull these things from fucking back in the day. I don't think I could do that. This is oh no, I watched some fucking stupid top 10 list a year ago, and it triggered something in my. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know this thing, but that's my, that's where I'm pulling from rather than the actual product.
Right.
But
So anyway,
yeah.
Anywho.
we took the route, and goddamn, I'm trying to figure out how I'm leading the show right now.
Where are we going?
I want to thank whoever gave me this bottle of, let's see what we got here. Sexton Single Malt Irish Whiskey. I don't remember who gave this to us, but me and BT have been consuming this.
Yeah, a little bit.
It looks refreshing.
That being said, what we're going to propose tonight, what we're going to do.
You're going to propose to me?
Look, there's only one proposal in the room right now, and we know where we will be on this proposal.
Oh, absolutely.
congratulations again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. On a real, we were trying to figure out what we would do for a supplemental show.
Yeah.
Or just a supplemental actually does mean the word I'm using.
Yep.
BT had that idea, and again, I went to him and said, "Hey, if that's something, I'd rather do a more serious show than a fun show or something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do a fun show.
It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
So, in the wrestling world, there is always the talk of the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Yeah.
Who is the Mount Rushmore? So, what we want to do right now is we're all going to give our personal Mount Rushmore after we talk about who are the standard and who kind of out of our personal preference and what means what to us, who should be up on this.
And I can't get up.
Again, this is a topic that has been discussed on many podcasts, many wrestlers, everybody. It's
right.
very common, but it's something for us. And again, please, down below, if you're listening to the show, let us know who your Mount Rushmore of wrestling is going to be.
Yeah.
Right. We all come from different places. It should be fun.
Yeah. And if, your Mount Rushmore is particularly interesting, we might shout it out on the show.
Ooh.
Yes, if Gentleman Jarvis is on your Mount Rushmore of wrestling, hit me up personally. So I'm just going to try and go into it. Again, man.
Yeah.
To do this, we have to kind of go through the history of wrestling.
Right.
And again, we're going to get to our personals.
You're going to carve it into stone. It takes time.
Well, stone is just like flesh. Moving on.
There's some processing that needs to happen.
Again, a lot of this would be depending on how you grew up or the time period that you grew up in.
Right.
You could look back, and a lot of people would think that, we forget about where we know our ages, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you look back through history of wrestling, you can think that somebody like a Lou Thez, somebody like a Carl Gotch, obviously would be on a Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Yeah.
Right.
Gorgeous George is going to be on that. Playboy Buddy Rogers is going to be on that. That's going to be... I see you chuckling here.
I'm chuckling at the traffic.
Yeah.
That'll be covered in
The
our
drive-by serenade?
In our Steve Winwood Winwood podcast. And that one does not count because we are not doing a fucking podcast like
I don't know
Winwood.
who that person is.
I'll tell you off the air.
Sure.
Trust me, he has a lot to do with traffic.
Oh.
That being said, you're going to get people that are going to do that. In our day and age.
In modernity.
In prestigiation. I'm sorry, prestigitation.
Prestidigitation?
Ho ho. The Great Hujo. We will need a picture of the Great Hujo.
Uh-huh.
Ho ho.
The Great Hujo will perform a feat of prestidigitation.
Lidsville, we'll talk.
Lidsville.
But to move this on and keep going.
Yeah.
The Mount Rushmore of wrestling. In our day and age.
Right.
There are people that are considered who should be on that and who shouldn't be on that. Again, I just said Lou Thez, Carl Gotch, Playboy Buddy Rogers, Gorgeous George. Those are people that inspired all the people that have inspired us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, the general consensus of this day and age, and I keep repeating that statement, is that the Mount Rushmore of wrestling would consist of Ric Flair. None of us can kind of argue with that.
I would.
Okay, and we will. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure.
Agreed.
The Rock.
Agreed.
Sure.
And Hulk Hogan.
Agreed.
Sure.
Okay. That being said,
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk about those four. And you made the point there.
Yeah.
You said that Ric Flair would not be on there. Why would Ric Flair not be on there?
Andre the Giant meant more to wrestling than Ric Flair did.
Anybody want a peanut? Yeah!
Jeez.
I 100% disagree with that.
I mean, I would.
He was the only pull they had for so long. They made Hulk Hogan off of him.
I would say
100% not fucking correct.
I would say I would pull fucking The Rock out of there before I pulled Ric Flair out of there. I would replace The Rock with Andre the Giant. But
did I just get thorned here?
What?
It is a completely useless bear.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, but then by the way that is based is influence and money draw.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That particular Mount Rushmore of Hogan, Rock, Austin, Flair. Those are the 4 people who have drawn the most money in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But also, again, look at somebody like Bruno Sammartino, as I said, who is also kind of the number 5 of the big 4 there, if you will.
Mm-hmm. He's the fucking name that, like, pretty much, like, all of these fucking people came from. I mean, at least that's the way I see it. Of like he's, I would imagine he would be the guy on their Mount Rushmore.
Okay, I've never thought about this until literally right now. In a lot of ways, and I could be wrong. You could say that Terry Funk was the Bruno Sammartino of NWA. You could say that Dusty Rhodes was the Bruno Sammartino of NWA, and that would definitely be very accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Flair being... You took Flair off, correct?
No. I said I would... Before I took Flair off, I would take The Rock off.
Correct.
And I would put... Instead of replacing Flair with Andre, I'd replace The Rock with Andre.
Okay, again, this is where I'm the contrary one, and
Sure.
This is where I was going to. Again, the booze and the weeds might be getting a little...
I think he's lost in the weeds there.
The weeds.
The weeds.
Lloyd over here,
Great
deep
show.
in the weeds.
As much as Andre drew for any company that he was in, he was always a special attraction.
But what does a special attraction do? Oh, just smiles and blows whistles at everyone.
Yeah.
Andre was never a world champion because Andre could never be in one promotion and guarantee, especially back at that time.
He was world champion once, at least once.
In WWE.
Yeah, he sold it.
Research Pete, can you tell us how many times Andre the Giant has been a world champion in an organization?
All right.
Yeah, Research Pete.
It's like a Piper thing. Piper has never been world champion.
No.
He's been intercontinental champion. He's been this. He's been that. Oddly enough, same thing. Piper drew just as much money per se as Hogan or a Flair or an Andre, but was never their top guy.
Yeah, they never looked at him to be like this.
And again,
is the guy that I
a
want
Mount
to...
Rushmore should be what you've done to the business, how much money you've drawn, what you've meant, how you have influence.
That's not my Mount Rushmore at all. But no, like, I mean, like for
saying of greatest importance, in the memory of wrestling.
But like,
I stand by mine.
Yeah, for my personal Mount Rushmore.
We're going to get to that. We're going to do separate of this so that we can talk about specifically those.
I was never that big of a fan of Piper. Like I understand, but he was never that, like, it wasn't my time period.
Right.
Really.
So, you're reflecting on all this, like, as an adult.
Well, again, to me, Piper would not be on the official Mount Rushmore of what's going on. If Research Pete was here, he would be on his personal.
Yeah.
But again, from a business standpoint, I would not put Piper.
Mm-hmm.
And Piper, without Piper, there's no Hogan.
No.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The Rock and Wrestling Connection, WrestleMania 1. Fucking done. Without Piper was the heel to Hogan's face. Without him, and that's always a thing that people will bring up. That you can't. You're only as good as the person you're working with.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to put Hogan up there again, the Mount Rushmore is business-wise. What have you done for the business? What have you brought to the business? How much money have you made? What is your draw?
Okay, so what's yours?
What's my personal?
Your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, your idea of, like, what you believe the consensus.
I hate to say it. There's one I'm going to save for a surprise at the end for myself, and I think they for when we talk about our personal, that I think should be up on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Right.
But it should be exactly pretty much what everybody says. What is the general rule of you look at Steve Austin and how much money he drew and how much attention he put on.
Sure.
You look at Hulk Hogan.
Sure.
Who, again, without Hulk Hogan, we probably wouldn't be having a podcast right now.
Seriously, I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not. Seriously.
Fair enough.
No.
And again, I'm very subjective. Fuck subjective. Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's been proven time and time again that the words that come out of his mouth are not anything worthwhile.
Dude, he lives fucking kayfabe. Everything.
He doesn't live kayfabe. He just doesn't know any. He's a garbage person who doesn't fucking know any better.
Fair.
Right. Oh shit, that's libel. Can we?
In Lloyd's opinion.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Ric
Flair 100% deserves to be up there for everything he's done for the business.
Sure.
And that would have. And then the next again, we have The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, Flair.
Yeah.
Your two biggest stars of the 70s and 80s, no matter how you look at it.
I mean, like,
who?
I don't
again,
think
the question right now is
yeah.
Who should be?
I don't think I have anybody to argue with, like, drawing power of all of them.
Bruno, Dusty Rhodes, fucking without much like I just said, without Roddy Piper, there's no Hogan. Without Dusty Rhodes, there's no Ric Flair. Without Harley Race, there's no Ric Flair. Those are the two things that made Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to point out that Dusty Rhodes would be, as a metal fan, we know there's a big 4 of thrash, and then there's the 4 after that anyone would make a subjective pick about.
Sure.
Right.
Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes would definitely be in my top 4, if not my top 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Same. That's like everyone we're arguing about would be in that.
Yeah.
Right there.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anybody that I feel like that hits.
So build a Mount Rushmore.
Well, like, I have my personal, but like for the general consensus of what we're talking about, I don't think I have anybody that hits the categories basically. That's better than what you've said.
All right.
Yeah.
I already did mine. That's how we were talking about Andre the Giant in the first place.
Fair.
Andre, and who are your other 3?
Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold.
Very fair. All right, then. I guess we will get to R4. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. How do you want to? You want to go like
round table in the sense of
first and then we do, okay yeah.
And again, this is not a number ranked system.
No.
It is who would you put on your personal 4?
Sure.
Why would you defile a gravesite for?
Burke County investigators still looking for the robbers who broke into the caskets of several Confederate and Revolutionary soldiers at the Old Church Cemetery this weekend.
Deputies say robbers turned over headstones, the clothes on bodies were removed, leaving behind bones, dentures, even infant remains.
The only gravesite I ever plan on defiling, Jim Cornette will get to before I do.
This is your boy Vince Russo.
Ooh. You can pee on his pee. And that way, the dog rules.
I pee on his pee, I shit on his shit, I spit on his spit.
Thank you, Daddy.
We are friends again. Mr. Show Stuff.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Are we? All
right. So who's going first?
My hole is going first.
Awkward silence.
You know what? Let me figure out how I want to do this.
Sure.
And obviously, we kind of talked about this earlier, and we made jokes. I'm like, I can tell I know who your personals are going to be.
Oh, so okay.
You want to
guess? You want to guess?
No. I was almost going for that, and that's why I will start first, and I'll let you let you guys guess and tell me which one I'm going to talk about first and why. And then we'll do that. Then from there we'll go on. You all know me.
And
again, this is not a ranking order. if you were to think about who is going to be one of the first people that is on my personal well, that's going to be a whole thing all night. My personal Mount Rushmore. Who's it going to be?
Fucking Y2J.
Yeah, Jericho.
The Learning Tree.
Punk.
Hi guys.
You just made the list.
We've talked about it on the show before. Obviously, how me and Chris Jericho's politics do not jive.
No. Despite you starring in his video.
Well, we are close personal friends.
If anybody wants...
and by the way, I didn't star in in that video. I was predominantly displayed.
Okay.
I would just like to point that out.
You were a feature.
Predominantly displayed is exactly... we don't talk about that.
You wouldn't want anyone to know what you're hiding. I know your secret, your dirty little secret.
No,
Fair.
I'm going to let that one go.
They got all they need to do what they need to do.
Yeah, so defend Chris Jericho to us.
Chris Jericho, I don't want to defend Chris Jericho right now. That's a different bucket. We can do.
Tell us why you love him so much.
Yeah, sell him.
I love Chris Jericho, honestly, because Chris Jericho was a metal guy.
All right.
When Chris Jericho finally came into character at WCW, he started dropping a lot of metal references.
Yes, he did.
You know, Corey Graves does this in his commentary also, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But Chris Jericho is into what I'm into at this time. And I'm not trying to call out Derek on this. Chris Jericho, the name Jericho comes from the band Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, they asked him, like, you're Chris Irvine, you're the cowboy Chris this. Chris Irvine, actually still Chris Irvine.
Is that his last name?
Yes.
That's his real last name?
Yes. Mm-hmm. His dad was a famous hockey player.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll talk about that on our hockey podcast.
Fuck.
But yes, a lot of my love for Jericho was what he did at the time of coming out and being kind of a very subtle, making these references that I'm going to get, the metal contingency is going to get. Uh-huh. And then, you know, he started writing a column for Metal Edge magazine.
Yep.
Okay.
Kayfabe, not even kayfabe, he just was entrenched in that.
Yeah.
That's what kind of really drew me to Jericho. Over the years, and I've said this to you guys, if you look at print on paper, maybe I'll try and fucking make that a reference.
Most papers print on.
Yes. Chris Jericho is the most successful professional wrestler of all time. When you look at where he's been a champion, how he's reinvented himself, what he has done for himself and the business, he is one of the best of all time.
He definitely has not allowed himself to stagnate.
And he has had a consistent career over a almost 30-year period.
Yeah.
So to me, yes, he may be my number one, but he's definitely on my Mount Rushmore.
Sure.
Now, your turn, sir.
All right.
Your first pick, who would be on your Mount Rushmore?
So, my picks don't necessarily have anything to do with drawing power. It's more...
I know. This isn't about Jericho's drawing power.
No, I know. I know.
One of my personal fucking...
Yeah. I'm more referencing the general consensus Mount Rushmore. But, like...
We've moved on. We're
done with mine's more nostalgia-based, more remembering, like, how they made me feel when I was watching when I was a kid.
Who touched you on the pecker?
Honk.
I've never met Pat Patterson.
And if you did, and he honked your junk,
I'd tell every one of our listeners how soft his hands were.
Rough hands.
By the way, I'm going to get right back to you. Sure. So, Derek and Shorty B tried to steal my gimmick the other day. And I forgot. Whose hands were soft that you were telling me about?
Mustafa.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got it. Moving on.
I forgot.
We had a soft hands moment.
That's very nice.
Because my hands are soft.
Well, soft hands is better than small hands.
There's like two pieces of silk
massively soft hands.
I'm going to say this, and we are very much getting back to you.
Sure.
I hate small hands, but I love Joanna Angel. Go ahead.
Who the fuck is that?
We are not going into this one.
All right. So yeah, my Mount Rushmore is more like remembering when I was a kid and like watching wrestling and being into it and just like oh, that guy's fucking awesome. And so the first person on my Mount Rushmore is going to be Mick Foley.
Yeah, I knew it. I was wondering which name you were going to use.
Well, Mick Foley, Faces of Foley. Everybody.
He's never been called Faces of Foley. Well, technically, yes, sure.
But everybody except for Dude Love. I'm not a fan of Dude Love.
Aww. That was his original persona.
I know.
It was probably his favorite one. But you degenerates made him freaking beat himself almost to death.
I want to point out that's my close personal friend, Mick Foley.
Mm-hmm. Sure. But yeah, Mick Foley, he did a lot for the business. He somehow made it to the WWE when it didn't seem possible for somebody with his look to get there.
Thank you, Jim Ross.
Yes, exactly. And when he did get there, fucking VKM strapped a leather mask to his face, which made me fall in love with him that much more. But yeah, he put himself through fucking
the thoughts
hell.
Of BT do not necessarily represent the thoughts of the Getting Color commentary.
But they might be for sale at the Copper Hammer.
Yes. You know what? That's going to be our next new fucking merch gimmick. The BT mask.
But, the sacrifices that he made to put other wrestlers over cannot be, questioned. Fucking elbow drops on cement floors, the just ridiculous way that he'd bump. He had a fucking run into the stairs bump that was completely different than everybody else's.
It's called a reckless disregard for one's own well-being.
Yes, yeah. And it made his matches just feel that much more real because it was that much more real.
Hey man, how many motherfuckers lost an ear in in a wrestling match?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he did, doing the fucking Hangman spot in Germany.
Versus Vader, yes.
Versus Vader.
We know our history.
If you watch the video, you can see the ear fall off of his fucking head, and the ref goes to pick it up what's that? And he's like, oh shit. Fuck, that's an ear.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
Dude, that incident made Booker T question whether or not he was man enough to stay in the business.
Yeah.
Fucking Mick Foley walks backstage with his ear, does his fucking double gun, bang bang, with blood pouring out of the side of his fucking head, and made Booker T question whether or not he was man enough to stay in the business.
That's fair. That's fair.
And Mick Foley's the vignettes that they did with Mankind where they humanized him, that he can talk, he can tell a story, and it made me I love that character.
One of the things about Mick Foley is he is likable. He's one of us in any capacity, whether you pick fucking Mankind, you pick Cactus Jack, you pick Dude Love, or Mick Foley as an individual. Mick Foley, anybody who's ever watched, will break down the kayfabe, any shoot interview with him, anything. He is a good dude who is always just seems to be the most beautiful, genuine guy.
Yeah.
Loves his Santa Claus stuff.
He does.
We should do a thing on that sometime.
Sure. Dude, he still to this day hand writes friends.
Want to point out this will be a 3-hour episode, everybody.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hand writes fucking friends Christmas letters. Like, he is a
Who does
a
that?
weird, genuine, like, good guy.
For time purposes,
Yeah.
Derek.
Right. So my Mount Rushmore is all people I just love.
Yeah.
These are all my favorites.
Yeah.
Right, but also tell me why. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Number one is, you guys know this. It's Rob fucking Van Dam.
You're not gonna do the thumb thing? You're not gonna do the thumb thing? I thought that was your whole thing. I was setting up for the big thumb thing. He didn't do the thumb thing.
I do the thumbs when I'm sad. Not when some joker is saying my name.
He was just always been Rob fucking Van Dam.
Yep.
That's, you know what his character is? He's Rob Van Dam. He's a cool dude. He's not super smart, but he doesn't fucking take shit from anybody, and he does it all.
Yeah.
You want extreme wrestling? He does it. You want high flying? He does it. You want wrestling grappling? He does it.
Mm-hmm.
You want a stripper girlfriend who has oily butt fights on OnlyFans? He does that too.
Well, I mean, she does that.
Well, I mean,
he has the girlfriend, but sure.
And all I want to say is RVD smokes better weed than I do.
Right.
I'm sure he fucking does.
Maybe.
I don't think he'd take a joint from me. And if he did, I don't know if he'd smoke it.
Also, once again, that's my close personal friend, Rob Van Dam.
Nice.
Yeah, he was just...
Wait,
he had long hair, the airbrush thing, it just... That all spoke to me in that time period, and I loved it. Every minute of it.
What do you mean that time period? I mean, he's still
of
in
my
that time
life.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you saw RVD tomorrow, he's still wearing Ryback's gear. Oh,
damn!
So it only fits one of them.
I guess if we do that brings it back to me.
Back to you.
All right, folks.
Number 2.
Again, I'm going to present the same proposal to you guys. Again, these aren't in order, but who would be on my personal 4?
Yeah.
Who would your next guess would be? Who is on my personal 4?
CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk.
The correct answer to that would be.
Oh, this is the boner one.
No, not at all.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, so are you saying that Bailey's not on that piece of paper?
Bailey will not be on my Mount Rushmore.
Scandalous.
You need to be.
Why?
Oh, I know.
I love
I
love
her too.
I do. If you were asking me a female, oh my God, we forget that I hate female wrestling.
Yeah, we.
Yes.
Wait, does this mean we need to do a lady wrestler Rushmore?
Yes, and I'm trying to figure out how. Again,
China.
Real or personal?
Porque no.
Because personal, yes, Bailey would definitely be up on that for
sure.
my Mount Rushmore. You are both correct. It would be Pepsi Phil.
Contrary to popular belief, I am a very nice guy.
And for a lot of the same reasons that I like Jericho. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a punk and metal kid.
You're right.
CM Punk also is very outspoken about the bands that he loves, and they're the bands that I love.
Right.
Sure.
His attitude through everything has always been, again, anyone that knows me is, I'm kind of that asshole.
Sure.
Like, I treat the people that I fucking love with the fucking best intentions in the world and the fucking greatest shit, but you cross me fucking once, you maybe get twice, I'm fucking done with you.
Sure.
And that's something, again, I think I've talked about on the show. Me and CM Punk do have personal friends, and this is not a gimmick for the fucking show right now.
Yeah. Wait, are you throwing shade at my personal relationship with
The Rock?
Mr. Dwayne?
No, I'm not.
Dang.
Not in any capacity. Everything I've ever seen Punk do, as far as on the mic, because again, no doubt what anybody wants to say, whether you like him, love him, hate him, he is one of the best performers on the mic ever.
He is definitely one.
I will also say he's one of the best performers in the ring, but
recently.
Honey, I love him. He is fine. He does a lot of nice things for me.
I know he used to do nice stuff for you, but what has he done for you lately?
Man, why you want to hate right now, man?
because there's always somebody standing down, looking up at someone's Mount Rushmore, hating it.
Yep.
Again, I've always liked how Punk is related to me in more ways than ever. Holy shit! I'm trying to keep the show going. You're dying right now.
I just pictured Derek as like an indigenous person in your mind, looking up at your Mount Rushmore, being like, "Fuck you." I'm sorry.
Can we
yeah, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And still we carry on.
Like Kansas. Well, we carry on. You're next? Who you got?
The British Bulldog, baby.
I can do the American style, I can do the Mexican style, I can do the strongman style, and I can do the German style. I can do any style of wrestling. That's why you call me the British Bulldog.
Okay.
Tell me why.
One.
Ain't nothing but...
he's beautiful.
Tell me why. Look, this is a different Mount Rushmore. That's what we're going for.
No, and that meant a lot to me in that time period. Also, he's just a quintessential wrestler, just a heavy-hitting machine.
Yeah.
And I like that.
He was really good in the ring.
Yeah.
For a time.
He was, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he was.
Davey Boy Smith was a fantastic wrestler. Obviously, with the British Bulldogs, him and fucking, oh my God, Dynamite Kid. I can't believe it fucking took me that long to think about it. Fantastic. And definitely a character. Somebody that would remember. He's probably in the top 20 people that are like, hey, name a wrestler.
Right.
He's one of those guys. Somehow, I don't know how he did it, but pulled off fucking cornrows. It was weird.
Yeah.
But, like, he fucking did it. Most white dudes can't fucking do it, but he did it.
White kids love hip-hop.
They do. I'm not going to name that song that I played.
No.
It'll get me canceled.
No, that's another close personal friend of mine. I might be able to reach out and be like, "Hey, we use 30 seconds of this song," and he'd be like,
"You're up.
You are up."
All right,
Carrie.
So
I'm sorry, you said Carrie?
I did. Because I said you're up.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we were on the same page. We were making fucking metal jokes. Don't worry about it.
I was.
Trust me, this isn't the final countdown yet.
I was waiting for the pig's blood. That's what passed through my head. Stephen King.
Carrie. Oh,
yeah.
Fair. All right, go. You're up next.
Let's see. Stone Cold.
You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Yeah.
Certified badass.
Just when he came around, it like he felt like he was completely different than everybody else on the roster when he became Stone Cold. And just the way he talked, his mannerisms, everything felt purely unique to him.
We're so lucky we didn't get Jelly McFreeze.
Yes, we are. Man, their naming process is just
bizarre.
I don't
Imagine
understand
cutting
how you can, dude.
Lines from Batman and Robin.
Oh God.
Hi, I'm Bobby Lashley. No one sees what I'm doing, but trust me, there was a good joke there.
But yeah,
I'd like to see the video.
And then
wait, there's a video?
I don't think so.
There is. Only Brock Lesnar has it.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, he doesn't have it. That's why he needs to see it again.
Fair. Moving on.
Jesus. But yeah, like
leave him out of this. That bitch owes me $12.
The things that they allowed him to do were like everything about his presentation was completely unique and captivating. Like
this is like the peak of machismo attitude.
Yeah,
right.
And
you needed that character to come out.
It's not actually at the peak of machismo attitude. You know, BT,
well, like
this is yours.
he felt it was more of like scumbag, like redneck scumbag. I don't give a fuck. You can't make me do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, tell your boss, fuck you.
Yeah, but like him fucking chasing VKM around with a toy gun, shooting his office up with a fucking compound bow.
Yeah.
It was great.
The alpha male era.
Like him stunning everybody, like drinking the beer, like having them tossed to him from like out of nowhere, like from crazy distances. It's like how are you doing this? It was fucking great. It was so good.
Takes a lot of training.
I mean,
takes a lot of time.
He's a fucking one of the bellboys. Like, that guy had a fucking arm on him.
Motherfucker had to use his third arm. It's a Pantera reference. And a dick joke also.
Oh, well, thank you.
Either way,
thank you.
Gotta throw those out there.
It's a Pantera joke. It's definitely a dick joke.
That's a dildo. A strap-on dildo.
Depends on who we're talking about.
True.
I guess that's up to me now.
On
my number, not my number 3, but my third pick for my.
Carve it into stone.
We got to remember, this is a personal.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is someone who has influenced me. Their wrestling career has been fantastic.
Sure.
Anything they've ever done in any capacity, whether they be a booker, whether they be a manager, whether they be a wrestler, whether they be a podcast host.
Are you gonna fucking say?
Oh, I'm gonna say it. You all know.
Wait, has he wrestled?
God damn, yes.
I didn't know he wrestled. I thought he just hit people with a racket.
That's how he blew his fucking knees out, man. Well, I was just make a joke, but then that I was say actually that's how Stacey blew her knees out. Yes, on my personal Mount Rushmore, because you know, wrestling is not just including wrestlers.
No,
you know,
correct.
Here's a manager. You know, people would put Bobby the Brain Heenan on their Mount Rushmore.
Sure.
Also a wrestler, a commentator, a talker, a promoter. Obviously, anyone that knows me or knows how we talk, yes, I'm going with Jim Cornette.
This is a con job, pure and simple is exactly what it is. Everybody out there knows I don't belong in a professional wrestling ring. I'm not an athlete. I shouldn't be forced to wrestle.
To me personally, Jim Cornette would be on my Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
All right. And this wasn't your, like...
No.
Wow.
You get a lot of, bonus points for me for wrestling in a Ninja Turtle outfit.
Did he do that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Kind of. He had an outfit much like Andy Kaufman's outfit, in the sense of he had knee pads, he had this, it was very, very protected, if you will, Daddy.
All right.
Again, I will say right now, obviously you watch any of the scaffold matches between the Rock and Roll and the Midnight. There was a great fucking scaffold match between the Road Warriors. You know, if there was a tag team Mount Rushmore, they would 100% be on that.
I've only seen one. I've only seen one scaffold match.
Fair. Again, corny to me. Whether you like him, love him, hate him, fucking whatever. Once again, well, my wife liked it, my girlfriend liked it, but my boyfriend hated it.
Fair, you know.
Cornette, and again, this is my Mount Rushmore. This is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He is, and it's hard to argue, he is one of the most brilliant minds in wrestling ever. He is a wrestling historian.
Yeah.
He is someone who, again, I'm nowhere near that level, but he is who I look up to as an idol of being a wrestling historian. Fucking, he knows more about Lou Thez, Carl Gotch, anybody that I'm ever gonna fucking know about.
Yeah. I remember I saw a shoot interview with him, and like he got pissed off because the interviewer was like trying to like kind of move him along, But
no,
but he's got reams of fucking paper. He's like, no, fucking.
Cornette has the fucking literal,
yeah.
the literal books, the ledgers. I guess that would be the term. Like fucking no, fuck you. We drew 4,786 people into the Louisville Coliseum tonight,
right?
For a total of $48,702. The boys got paid this, and again, that's the stuff that I love, and I love wrestling. I love watching wrestling, but again, I love the business of this.
Yeah.
Shit, are we back at me?
No. What?
No, okay.
No, you started third.
Oh, we're still on my Cornette thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let it go from there.
Sure.
I love you, Corny. I wish that someday you would talk about me on your podcast.
Aww, wouldn't that be swell?
That would be nice.
Oh, he would hate us. Actually, I got to be honest.
That would give him a lot to talk about then, wouldn't it?
He doesn't need anything more to talk about. And actually...
Is Cornette on Cameo?
We'll talk about this later. Cornette does Cameo once a year, maybe once every 2 years.
Damn.
And takes I'm going to do 40 cameos and
if
that's
it's for Rosh Hashanah, you better get to it.
Shit.
As I've already stated to other folks, we are no longer allowed to buy cameos from wrestlers for each other. And I don't want that. I
mean, I wouldn't buy it for you.
I've always said
I might buy it for the show, though.
No. I'm going to move on from this in a second and get to it.
Yeah.
It is the one thing I have said to a lot of people, and I've said it to you guys. People always if you could meet one person in the fucking industry, one person in this fucking business, and just sit down and talk to. I love it and I hate it. It would be Cornette, because Cornette would either fucking absolutely love me or hate me. You have 1 hour to talk to me.
Otherwise, it'd be good TV.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
This ain't about TV or the show. This is about me, okay? This is personal. No one would
I'm just
ever.
saying,
No
if that
one would.
happens, we're filming it.
No one would ever know the conversation that I would have. No.
Mm-hmm. We'd film it from behind the glass.
No, we won't film it. Wink.
I hate you all.
All right, Derek, your third pick
is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
A broken nose, a broken arm, a twisted neck. You have to stay in that ring and continue. This dragon's breathing fire and be breathing on you.
All right.
Martial arts meant so much to me, and he was the pinnacle of it in wrestling.
Sure.
To me. And I went as him in Halloween multiple times. Awesome. Again, like Rob Van Dam, he just did everything.
I love his name.
Mm-hmm.
His real name.
Who was your second?
His
the
second
British Bulldog.
This is the British Bulldog.
Oh, who was your? Oh, never mind. I'm looking at my notes wrong. I apologize, Ronnie. Oddly enough, and not oddly enough, but I'm the one that's probably more drunk than anybody else tonight.
Who's Ronnie?
It's a Mr. Show thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck.
I'm the principal.
Shit.
But I guess he was like my precursor to Rob Van Dam. It's like, give me Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with a bad attitude.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
No, Rick. How did Ricky Steamboat ever have a bad attitude? He's again. I proposed this question to many people. Name somebody who's never been.
I think he means in comparison to.
I said Rob Van Dam is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with a bad attitude.
Okay, I apologize.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying Ricky the Dragon Steamboat had a bad attitude.
Oh no, I've never seen him be anything but nice, except in promos.
I believe he's one of the few people that's never been heel.
Oh, wow.
He's always been a face. No matter how things have gone, he's always been on that side of everything.
Yeah, they worked him through a bunch of stuff, many costume changes, name changes, and shit like that. They masked him and unmasked him.
Do you know his real name?
No.
Yes.
Richard Blood.
Sick.
I love how I was like, yes, I do. And he's like, looks at you, it's like, huh.
Nice. Yeah.
It's just such a ridiculous name.
Dick Blood.
Dick Blood.
This is a fun little song about shooting blood from your
I guess.
I guess. That's how circles work.
He passes.
So...
Without puffing?
I'm gonna go for Kane.
I will set myself on fire.
Okay.
So far, I'm 100% guessing Aaron's.
Yeah, Kane. Kane from back in the day.
Glenn Jacobs.
Mm-hmm. Kane, like, within a certain time period, after a while, he got bad.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Sure.
I actually knew this. It took me about 20 seconds, and we've had this conversation before about how much Kane has meant to you.
Dude, Kane, like, he had just the aura was perfect. His fucking introduction was perfect. Like, I love the mask, the like mystery of him. It was great. And then, like, he wasn't the best wrestler by any means, but his moveset was good. He was fucking agile for somebody that big. He did, like,
and they
fun shit
sold
with
him. They backed him.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always
And sent him down to
fired.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where fucking Jim Cornette was the fucking guy who trained him how to be a fucking wrestler. I'm just saying.
But yeah, like, man, he was a fucking monster back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was so much fun. Like, every time he came out to the ring, like, this dude's gonna get his fucking ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Anything else to add to that?
Nah, I just love it.
I mean, we're going to keep this show very non-political,
I wish
you
he
will.
set people on fire more. But, yeah, no. Glenn Jacobs, as a person, he can go fuck himself.
Fair. We're separating the art from the artist. Oh, I didn't know we were doing that this whole time. Joey Ryan, Marty Scurll, Enzo Amore.
You spelled Chris Benoit wrong.
Yo. Well, you were not waiting till my last fucking pick for my Mount Rushmore.
Did I trip over a treasure?
I'm going to tell you right now, he's my honorable mention.
Oh, her.
Fair. Oh, shit, we need honorable mentions. Okay.
Oh, I was making a joke, but
I
yes,
mean,
you know
yeah,
what? We will
let's do
take
it.
honorable mentions.
Let's do it live!
Oh, I got to think on the spot. This isn't good for me.
Actually, you know what? I like that you just said that because you're up. Who's your
No,
four?
you're up. It's your turn.
No, we're not doing this in order.
We
have not. If you have not paid attention,
okay.
we have not done this in order.
Sure.
As the person, for lack of a better way to say this, leads the show.
Sure.
I'm not the host. I lead the show, if you will, Daddy.
Yeah.
No, we have not done this in order. And because we're this conversation, Derek, you're number 4.
Okay. You're probably going to hate it. It's the Ultimate Warrior.
Fear is the first taste of defeat. The warrior only breathes the air of the brave, and the warrior only feasts on the fruit of victory.
God.
I love the Ultimate Warrior. Until
man.
I learned about him as a human being.
I mean, yeah, no.
But I love the Ultimate Warrior.
Believe me, we were talking about this as people being human beings. Y2J would not be on top of my list right now.
To me, the Ultimate Warrior is, when they created him, they took what we were talking about earlier as the general consensus of the Mount Rushmore as like a graveyard soda in one big soup, one big Macho Man cup, and shook it up. And just like sprayed it all over us fans.
I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.
They sold him to hell and back, and I ate it up. Loved him.
He had a look. He had a gimmick.
Yeah.
They built him as the new Hogan.
Yeah.
That's really... And again, the proverbial passing of the torch.
Right.
Whether it was WrestleMania 3 where Andre was passing the torch.
Yeah. Well,
and
but,
where Hogan was still a bigger star than you hear
I
about
mean,
in the VKM documentary, which we're not talking about tonight.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, ate it all. That was peak WWE for me, peak 80s marketing.
Dude.
I was into it. Give me the pillow, give me the figurine, give me the this, give me the that, give me the poster.
He definitely was like one of those guys that you saw him and you were just like,
yeah,
I'm fucking excited. Like what is about to happen?
Again, he's just the graveyard soup of everything great about everyone that was great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
On to you.
On to me.
This is your last one.
All right. Macho Man.
Nope.
To this day.
Ooh, yeah!
To this day, one of the best fucking promos in the game. Like, I love them. They're so funny and serious and like all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like
he was great.
He just had this perfect charisma.
This one's for our boy Marco. Ooh, yeah. Don't buy any ripe bananas because you're not going to have enough time to eat them. Ooh, yeah.
And then on top of the promos...
See, I love that we don't even have to use a sample of that because my thing was just perfect.
It is very good.
Thank you. I was fishing for that compliment.
One of these days, I'm going to make you do an entire show like that.
Or I just do wrestling fucking imitations.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, like in-ring skill was fucking. Like, he was one of the best.
Absolutely.
During his time period.
One of the best of all time.
I mean, yeah. Like he was one of the
best wrestler record, in my opinion.
Like he was so fucking good.
Okay.
Sure.
So we have it on document. Because of what Derek just said.
Yeah.
We are going to do an episode, and this is going to be personally based. It can't be personally based on my record collection, which we know I have it all. What is the best? What is the best music that's ever been released by a wrestler? Blah blah blah. Like wrestling record shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
And we can talk about Jimmy Hart being part of the Gentrys.
Yeah. I feel all the music that I've heard from him, I'm not a fan.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, I probably could be surprised.
He wrote a lot of the wrestling themes. You probably don't even realize.
No,
he wrote.
I know he had a hand in a lot of that stuff.
Regardless of that, I mean more of
Meth's
yeah. Like Be a Man Hogan and Thugonomics.
There is no vinyl release of the John Cena record. I would like to point that out right now. If anyone has a bootleg vinyl release of the John Cena Be a Man Hogan record, please leave it in the comments below and send it to me.
John Cena's Thugonomics.
No, that's...
You already own the Be a Man Hogan record.
Well, I 100% own the fucking record. We know this. No, the John Cena record has never been released on vinyl.
Yeah.
So the only way to get it would be someone to do a bootleg, and there are bootlegs of it.
Yeah.
And
he just
as a vinyl collector, I do my best not to buy bootlegs unless I have to.
Fair.
Unless it's for the collect.
I can assure you right now.
I pay for all my movies too. It's fine.
I don't pay for movies. That's a different thing. That's totally different. If I may, can we get personal for a second and then we'll move on?
Sure.
You guys have seen my stack of records, if you will.
Yes.
There are less than, not counting my Prince collection. Let's throw that out real quick. There are less than like 10 bootlegs in my whole record collection.
Damn.
I do the job. I source my source.
Fair.
That being said.
There are bootlegs there.
Everything I just said, Prince bootlegs, many. Anything else? No. Less than 10, less than Jake. I don't to point out all my less than Jake stuff, 100% not a bootleg.
Nice.
All right.
Moving on.
Your turn.
Oh shit! I get to my last. No. I'm going last.
You are.
You are going last.
Wait, Foley, Austin, Kane, Macho. You're right. RVD, Davey Boy Smith, Steamboat, and Warrior.
Yep. It's on you.
Let me light this up. Here's the one where I'm going to be as honest as I can. This is where I pick with actual, again, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, Jim Cornette. Very personal.
It's your heart.
That is correct. So I'm going to
But
pick
is
Bret the
it a
Shitman.
heart?
No, I'm just kidding. This is contrary, and it's also kind of not. When we opened the show, we talked about who is the real Mount Rushmore of wrestling and who should be on there.
Yeah.
You boys are drinks up, drinks off the table, as we say, which we never say on the show, which should be a thing. On a Mount Rushmore of people that should be up there.
Come on out, you rapist!
Vincent.
Keep it up, I'm a nigga.
Kennedy.
Here we go again. His own home.
McMahon.
Whoa!
Shit.
Oh, you mean Vince, not Mr. McMahon, right?
Correct.
Heard. I love not heel Vince.
I
loved him.
I didn't think it would come at me like that, but that is I didn't think it would come at me like that.
Yeah.
About that.
Can I see that video again?
I might hold in that.
as you should. On a very real, it sucks. It sucks what I'm about to say.
I mean,
this is my time, sir.
Yeah.
Down there, or actually up there, it's your time.
Up there.
Down here, it's our Goonies' time.
Yes.
Vince McMahon, no matter what you say, and I am in no way sticking up for Vince. We know that. I think Vince is
yes.
Everything is garbage.
There's a reason we avoid talking about him, folks.
Yeah.
But there is, for what he has done for the business. Shit, this is on my personal.
Yeah.
Actually, to be very honest, and I'm saying, and this is the one honest. I'm like, you've done more for this business than almost anybody has.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of you. I totally disagree with a lot of things that you've done. But for what you have accomplished, there would be no business without Vince McMahon right now.
No.
We would not be having this podcast in a garage with spiders coming down on us.
It's raining spiders.
That's when I talk to the weather girls.
Yeah.
I guess he should be on the big boy. He should, by the logic that I'm talking about.
Honestly, with the logic you're talking about,
yeah,
he should
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I'm giving him the respect of that. You've done enough for this business. You are the business, not the Hurt Business.
No.
Well, he loved Bobby Lashley.
He did love Bobby Lashley.
No, he loved the way you loved Bobby Lashley.
I love the way you move. VKM is my mind. It's my mind. My last pick for what he has done, what he has brought to our world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I hope you rot in hell. Oh, and Linda, call me.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go on the record and say.
Oh, that's on the record. We're recording.
Yeah. They will know.
Fuck Linda.
I'm sure.
Dude, fuck anybody that worked in fucking Trump's fucking cabinet. Like, fuck them all.
With my chin up high, fuck 'em up, fuck 'em back.
As the Secretary of Education.
No, small business.
Or small business? Yeah.
Small business.
Correct.
Yeah, fair.
Speaking of small business, thank you for listening to Getting Color Commentary.
Honorable mentions.
All right.
Breaks.
Yeah.
On a personal, okay. Again, I'll start with this. My honorable mention. I'm gonna cheers you guys. That's empty. We don't do.
I
hate you both.
In there. No, I got.
That lime doesn't count.
I got coffee
pickle,
in here,
and it does for me.
As if you listen to the show, or if you know me, hi, I'm from the South. WWE to me was the number 2 show. I got NWA. I got Georgia Championship Wrestling. I got Florida Championship Wrestling.
What are these words you speak to this West Coast kid?
Exactly. And this is a person that also should be on the main Mount Rushmore for what he has done for the company. He's on my personal because what you have shown me about wrestling, what I know about you, and how you have taught many, many other people who speak highly as fuck as you. You are the son of a plumber man. not the son of a plumber man. Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, the American dream. The greatest sports attraction in this country worldwide. I'm a boogie down for you.
Is one of the most iconic and one of the most influential people in the game of wrestling as it is.
Baby.
Thank you, Daddy. He's fucking wined and dined with kings and queens. He slept in alleys eating pork and beans.
Yeah,
he
I wouldn't
floats like
argue
a butterfly,
anyone
stings
having
like a
Dusty
bee.
Rhodes on Mount Rushmore.
Again, he should be. If there was the second big four, Exodus, Testament, Nuclear Assault, Overkill. Just saying. Dusty would be on that.
Yeah.
Dusty should be on the big four. He's just as important as Hogan, as Flair. He just lived the indie lifestyle, the gimmick, not even the gimmick of Dusty was booker for WCW, booker for Mid-South, booker for Georgia, booker for Florida.
Yeah.
He was an independent guy. Without Dusty, everyone talks about how when you went to NXT before Dusty died, Dusty taught the promo class. Mm-hmm. Dusty fucking loved Bayley. Dusty's who gave Bayley her name.
Nice.
Hey, Daddy, you gotta work on this, Daddy. You gotta do this. They all did. Dusty is so respected in this business that yes,
absolutely, that
would be my honorable mention.
All right. My honorable mention is gonna be Goldust.
The brightest lights may fade away, but gold is the purest of them all.
He's just a fucking weirdo.
And he is the son of a plumber man.
He is that.
He gets funky like a monkey.
He does.
Oh, he definitely got funky like a monkey.
Oh, yeah. He seemed willing to do anything for the business. At one point, he even went to Vince and tried to get Vince to pay for a fucking breast implants
$1 million.
just so he could be.
If you give me
$1 million,
I will put breast implants into myself.
He was given a ridiculous gimmick. Took him a little while to figure it out, but Savio Vega taught him, gave him an idea, and it clicked for him, and he fucking ran with it, and he made that gimmick successful for, I don't know, fucking 20 years?
He's still living off that gimmick in AEW.
Sure.
No matter how you look,
yeah,
you're still you're Dustin Rhodes, Dustin Runnels, but
the
your
natural
makeup,
fucking but Goldust, like the androgynous, he's a perfect example of taking a gimmick.
Sorry, I'm not trying to.
I
have a thing I want to say.
And he's great in the ring. He doesn't necessarily do anything that's crazy, but his in-ring work is fucking gold.
And gold dust, if you will, Daddy. And that's always been the thing. And you can look at it now. And this is where I kind of get a little more personal than I normally try and talk about stuff.
Sure.
Dusty Rhodes, who is my honorable mention.
Yeah.
Has two sons who wrestle in this business.
Yeah.
Cody floundered for many years. Both of them, God damn it. I'm not trying to talk about how Shane McMahon wanted his father's love, but Dustin and Cody both wanted exactly that.
Yep.
One of them was the better wrestler, and had the better genes. Who, in the sense of, I'm this tall.
Yeah.
I have the athletic ability. It took Cody Rhodes many years to get to where he could be. But also, both of them, all they ever wanted to do was follow in their father's footsteps and be a wrestler.
Yeah.
And be the thing. And it's weird I'm trying to put this the most honest way in how I'm feeling and how I'm talking right now. Dustin obviously did that. Dustin got his start in WCW being the natural because he's Cody's fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because he's Dusty's kid. In WWE, coming in and doing Goldust. Yes, that is a big chance that you're taking. And it paid off. you brought your wife into that. That's how you kind of lost your wife, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But again, no one looks at, if someone looks at and says, "Hey, how do you feel about Dustin Runnels?" They're gonna be like, "Who?" Like Gold Dust. They know that more than anything else he's ever done. And he was the prodigal son, if you will. Cody has done what Cody's done. Cody came in and tried to make everybody proud, tried to do the Rhodes name proud. And Cody, anything you saw him in WWE, whether it was Legacy or Dashing Cody Rhodes or Stardust, he took every gimmick they gave him and said, "Fuck it, I'll do it," and made the best of it.
Yeah.
When they left him, he went to the Indies, it's like, I'm going to make the best name I can for myself. Went to AEW, made the best name I can for myself, and now he's one of the biggest stars back in WWE when they had wanted nothing from him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I just want to Cody Rhodes fucking.
Yeah.
Also, he solved racism.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
You go
I've heard that
any
once or
deeper,
twice.
you're gonna gag.
The Rhodes thing, shit. That's another thing we should do a show on.
I mean, you just did.
That's when we start doing actual YouTube videos.
Yeah, sure.
Trust me, my close personal friend King Ross and Jack the Jobber, we'll be talking.
Yeah,
nice.
We'll be never mind. I'm gonna let that one go. Thanks, guys. Anybody have anything you want to add?
Oh well.
Oh yes.
Derek has his honorable mention.
It sucks because
I forgot.
my go-to next honorable mention is Macho Man. We already talked about him.
Fair.
Yeah. So, other than that, like The Undertaker.
If you're using drugs, you're digging your own grave. There's no hope with dope.
All right.
Yeah. Again, my Mount Rushmore, my personal Mount Rushmore,
Rushmore. He did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There it is.
Projection fandoms. Like, they're things I see myself in and things I want to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's I can definitely see that for mine.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
hold on.
Sure.
Here's the we're not in a hurry. Regardless, right now, okay, I'll answer honestly because I didn't think about the question until I just popped in my head.
Okay.
This week, this time, right now, who do you see being your probably most favorite wrestler in 2 years? Pick an organization.
Yeah. So.
And we're gonna take. Hold on for you guys. I'm gonna take Calvin Tankman off the table.
I wasn't gonna say Tankman.
I know, but I just want to throw that out because
unless he gets signed to AEW or WWE,
or I see him on a card near me.
Yeah. I probably won't be seeing too much of his stuff because
if you're listening to this, please. I don't know Calvin Tankman's socials. Please look up Calvin Tankman.
Yeah. It'll probably be MJF.
You fucking mark!
He's not your favorite now. He'll be your favorite in 2 years.
He's but I feel like he'll still be in that realm. Like he's definitely in that grouping right now.
No, he's in the upper echelon, as Booker T would say.
Are you asking like who?
Somebody
who's
lower,
like
right now. Who right now
Okay.
do you think is a future star? And this is where we're going to wrap the show up.
A future star.
Whether you see them on WWE, NXT, which we know, AEW, anything. Who do you feel right now that could be a particular 20 years from now a new Mount Rushmore? Maybe that's the question.
Who?
Because that's the question I'm proposing right now.
Sure.
And right now on any roster
Yeah.
of a independent anything, who do you see enough potential in to make them be on the future Mount Rushmore? Because I have two. One of them definitely pops in my head. So I'll start just to...
What's his name? Shit. He's been having those great matches with Andrade.
Carmelo Hayes? Yeah.
1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. The whole world said I couldn't do it. The whole world said I was going to go 0-3, that Melo was going to miss again. And I told you, I said, Melo can't miss this one. Melo won't miss this one. And Melo didn't freaking miss this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have been fantastic matches.
They've been fucking great. As long as he doesn't get horribly injured or, some other thing that, pulls him away from the business, I see really great things in him.
Yeah. It's fair. Braun fucking Breaker.
A lot of people have been saying for a long time that Braun Breaker's the future of the business. I proved tonight that the future of the business is here now.
Baby.
All right. Solid answer. Honestly, very fucking solid answer. Whose house?
Zwerv's house.
He's on the same level as fucking MJF.
Agreed, but I'm asking.
You're saying it's going to hold its peak for the next 2 years?
Okay, hold on, because now you are correct that I did make a statement of that.
Yeah. Because I could have said.
Okay, Derek says, is Braun Breaker at this point? Do you feel that so you're saying that Braun Breaker is not on the level?
He hasn't been a world champion.
Okay,
not yet.
Okay, I'm.
Yeah.
This is the fun part. now we
That's
just
what
talk.
she said.
Yeah.
I see that. That's why I'm bringing that. And the question that I obviously, oh my God, get there in a second.
Yeah.
Who do we see wrestle Athena the other night?
Amira.
Thank you. I apologize.
Yeah.
Amira.
Amira, I like you.
Not on my
cigarettes.
Not on my not on my Mount Rushmore. I forgot. I'm getting my streams crossed.
Yeah.
Hi, thank you, whoever brought me that fancy bottle of whiskey. Then somebody coming up who
it's going to be a big deal in 2 years.
Hasn't been world champion.
Ethan Page.
Why the hell is Ethan Page not on TV every single week? Why the hell does Ethan Page not have an action figure? Why is Ethan Page not on the bus? Why?
All right. Okay. I like him. He's good.
All League of Ethan Page has, if they push him right, and again, I think that's why they brought him in for 2 months to bring him up to the main roster. He lost to Trick. Trick, as we talk, NXT still needs superstars down there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
It always seems that they bring 5 people, 6 people. You bring your top people up all at one time.
Well, then what are you left with? Yeah. You have to build everybody up, and then you don't have anybody to build off of.
Keep 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see Ethan Page on the
main roster soon.
Yes.
I can see it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And commonplace in everyone's head in 2 years.
Excuse me. I take it all back. So in the next few years, I'd like to see Jaden.
I'm a modern superhero. I can fly, but I can't process my own trauma.
BT, tell them where they can find us. Oh, you like that one, didn't you? Oh, because that's another 20-minute conversation.
Man. Right. And that heat is very entertaining.
And hey, here, ready? You know what? I'm going to end the show saying this. Good luck, Jaden.
Good luck, Jaden.
Tell him where
if Jaden makes it to the WWE in the next
I will eat my entire outfit. That's a new one. You've never heard that before, have you?
No.
If Jaden makes it... Hold on. I just want to make sure there's not like some weird thing where like they're in fucking here, they're in Portland, and he has a dark match.
I don't think they're coming to Portland again for.
It doesn't matter. Trust me, I know how I make my arrangements. If Jaden is ever signed to a WWE contract, I will eat my entire outfit.
Wait, are we saying ever?
Wow.
Yes.
I said in the next 2 years. You're saying ever? All right.
Yeah, on this one? Yes.
All right.
See, folks, the heat is entertaining.
Research Pete, I would like you to make note of this.
1 hour, 24 minutes, 1 hour, 25 minutes into the show, on the dot. Go.
Yeah, make note of this and remind us when and if this ever happens.
I've never put an entire outfit on my name.
No,
I'll eat a hat.
You just did.
Right.
I guarantee. I will eat the whole outfit. So that's Converse, a pair of khakis. Other than that, you guys don't. Band shirt, hat. You guys don't need to know what I wear. I think I just gave it away anyway.
I mean, fair. All right. Well, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Amazon.
Deezer. You know what? I'm the one that's going to say Deezer this week.
Deezer.
Long-winded rants about wrestling.
God damn it. iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio also.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we will chill for half a second. What's that awesome radio station you listen to?
Oh, 97.1 Charlie.
Thank you. 97.1 Charlie.
It's just like top 40. Roulette. You never know what you're going to get, but you know the words, and there's a cool song coming, guaranteed.
But it's classic top rock, top 40.
Yeah.
You see, Simon and Simon were not brothers in real life, only on television.
Fair.
And all Simon says is beep.
Well, actually, it's either beep beep or beep beep beep, beep beep beep, beep 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 whoop.
Yep.
You got to put that boop in there every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's all Simon says.
Do we go ahead? Oh, are we at the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, two things, real quick.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no. The 10th person to say anything down below gets a sealed VH copy of Good Burger.
Ooh.
Oh.
Throwing that out there. That means you've listened this long. And trust me, tell me when I'm telling lies. I don't. Actually, I still haven't gotten. It's my. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. You know what? Fuck it.